What's actually happening between lunch and late afternoon? Many people assume energy is something they either have or do not have. Some mornings feel productive and focused. Some afternoons feel completely different. Concentration drops, cravings appear. Tasks that seemed manageable earlier suddenly require more effort. Because this experience is so common, many people view it as normal. Others assume it reflects a lack of motivation, yet the body's energy systems are often more complex than that. The afternoon energy crash is one of the most frequently reported daily experiences. What makes it interesting is that it rarely appears without a reason. To understand why, it helps to look at what happens after we eat. When food is consumed, the body begins processing nutrients. Carbohydrates are broken down into glucose, which enters the bloodstream. Insulin then helps move that glucose into cells where it can be used for energy. Most people never notice this process happening. However, the way meals are structured can influence how stable energy feels afterwards. Some meals provide a steadier supply of energy. Others create larger fluctuations. This helps explain why two people can eat lunch and experience very different afternoons. One may feel focused and productive. Another may notice declining concentration, increased cravings, or lower energy. Food is only part of the picture. Sleep quality also plays an important role. A well-rested body manages the demands of the day differently from a sleep-deprived one. Hydration matters as well. Even mild dehydration can influence concentration, alertness, and perceived energy levels. Stress adds another layer. When stress remains elevated, the body is continually responding to those demands behind the scenes. Many people notice the effects without recognizing the cause. Energy feels different. Decision-making feels different. Cravings feel different. Physical activity influences energy too. Long periods of sitting often leave people feeling more sluggish than they expect. This is why a short walk or movement break can sometimes restore focus surprisingly quickly. Seen this way, the afternoon energy crash becomes less mysterious. It is usually not caused by a single factor. More often, it reflects the combined influence of sleep, nutrition, hydration, stress, movement, and daily routine. This leads to an important distinction. Many people attempt to solve low energy by chasing stimulation, another coffee, another energy drink, another sugary snack. These approaches may provide a temporary lift, but temporary stimulation is not the same thing as stable energy. A more useful question is, what factors are influencing my energy in the first place? That question shifts attention toward patterns, meal composition, sleep quality, hydration, stress management, movement, recovery. These are areas people can observe and gradually improve. This is where awareness becomes valuable because the body often provides signals long before larger problems appear. Energy fluctuations can be one of those signals. Cravings can be another. Changes in concentration can be another. When these signals are ignored, people often blame themselves. When they are understood, they become useful information. This is particularly important for anyone working toward better metabolic health, weight management, diabetes prevention, or long-term well-being, because energy influences decisions, and decisions repeated consistently become habits. The foods chosen, the activities performed, the routines maintained, all are influenced at least in part by how energy feels. This is why understanding energy is not simply about avoiding afternoon tiredness. It is about creating conditions that make healthy choices easier to sustain. When energy becomes more predictable, consistency often improves. And when consistency improves, better outcomes often follow. The afternoon energy crash may not be a character flaw. It may not be a motivation problem. Sometimes it is simply a signal inviting us to pay closer attention to the factors influencing how we feel, think, and perform throughout the day. Thank you for listening to Kwananzo. This discussion has explored one possible explanation for the afternoon energy crash and the habits that may contribute to it. As with many aspects of health, the goal is not perfection. The goal is understanding. And understanding often becomes the foundation for meaningful change.